this brand new episode of Newsmakers, the show where we bring to you trailblazer personalities and their success stories from various walks of life. Because at Newsmakers, we really aspire to inspire you. My dear lovely audience, I hope you remember that I'm your host Simran, and I'm very excited like always because again on the sets of Newsmakers, we have yet another dynamic personality. He started his business at the age of 25 and now he's made his legacy in the line of construction. He is the person who did not follow his father's legacy, rather he made one and pulled his father to be in it. Yes, my dear friends, we have the founder and managing director of Radhey Constructions, and he is a very amazing human that you would get to know once you hear his story. Please allow me to welcome Mr. Radhey Daggumalla on the sets of Newsmakers.
Thank you.
A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I've been talking to you. I've known that you're such a warm and a simple personality, and you've done so much in life. You started your journey of being an engineer. You studied MBA from IMT Hyderabad, and now that you're making legacy in construction, your journey must have been exciting. Please tell us all about that.
Yes, real estate as a field has a lot of potential. It has also a lot of scope to improve. Since majority of the sector is unorganized, dealing with daily labor, it has a lot of chance to get organized. So we have started this company saying let's just approach the business in a very organized way, try to organize the labor, get into good practices of construction, and eventually we will be contributing until the government identifies it as an organized sector. Because all the time the real estate has been categorized into 70% unorganized sector. So we are working towards it for a larger goal. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
But as a new age entrepreneur, you have come down to the construction, this industry. You have also done a lot of projects. But what are the strategies? What are those different things that you're implementing in your business?
See, the strategy is pretty simple. Our approach has always been simplistic approach. Be very true to the product, true to the requirement. I mean, like in our early days of MBAs, we always do our analysis, the SWOTs, the 5 porters. I don't know how many really do it in terms of research analysis. We've approached it in an organic way and started off by seeing the gap in the market. Okay. Hyderabad, when we entered, was about end of 2014. That's the period where there was Telangana Andhra breakup. So, and then the real estate was also at its low. So we've done a perfect analysis of location, the price, place, and the product properly, and the promotion strategy also. And Hyderabad also, it was a surprise to the market because the youngsters getting into a capital intensive field with a good product. So it was a nice opportunity for us to express ourselves through this first project called Sancia Homes. Yes. They got to know our taste, they got to know what we are fighting for here, they got to know what we are trying to introduce into the market. So there's this concept of backyards, which we've introduced through our first project, where typically real estate was always about the capital and profit, what profit we make out of it. But then our management, through via my co-director, my sister Daggumalla Rajivi, also our chairman, dear chairman, now MP of Chittoor, Daggumalla Prasadarao Garu, they were open, they've left the field open to us. They've absolutely allowed to explore the creativity involved in it. So we've kind of left another extra 5 to 7% of organized space. Apart from organized space area, we've left 5 to 7% of landscape across the project, keeping into the perspective the young kids and the elders. So why should they all reach out to a common open area to play? They might as well play right behind their houses. We remember the days where olden days where our house had authentic backyards, where with kids, with stories, with grandparents, kids playing safely without any undue incidents. So that's where the requirement has started, and we started putting things on paper. And then finally we've gotten a nice layout where everything was fitting properly. And introduced it. Took a little bit of time to really promote it, because this is a unique product. We had to promote it properly, which also might backfire. So we took good 2 to 3 months to explore, worked with professionals in the market, and then ensured we placed it properly, and the result was there. So I think in Sancia we've started a concept called Backyard, now taken it into a bigger project called Raga. So our Sancia Homes is about 12.5 acres and 137 houses.
Yes.
Raga is about 28 acres and 292 houses.
Okay.
So I think the same energy and obviously little bit of betterments into the technical side of the projects gave us a great success. I think today about 28 to 29 months of construction today, our team is ready to deliver 50 houses to the customers. And we are on course to hand over in 36 months as promised. So I think I'd credit the market, customers, our investors who've trusted the concept, and I think we've gotten the result as we planned.
Very wonderful. Like, I know that Sancia Home is one of your big projects, like 137 homes which you just said, and then what was the ideology behind? Also you said that you really wanted the backyard thing. Now I would really want to know, when you were doing this project, now this is one of the biggest project Radhey Construction has.
So I mean, as in to start off, it was a very big project to us, because it was a construction cost of about 160-175 crores.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very capital intensive. But for somebody, for a startup guy I have done my engineering in electronics and communications, done my MBA immediately after into operations and finance. So I've had good 2 years of exposure in terms of getting trained. I had my family friends into this business already. I'd credit my uncle, his name is Mr. Wilson Babu Garu, and also one of the CEOs back then, I think Koteshwara Garu. I think these guys actually showed me the true picture of what the field is, how the technicality should be, how to be disciplined, how do we approach towards the marketing strategies. I think they have been the lead. Then the second line, I think, is my dad behind. Has always been a pillar of support along with my mother and sister. These guys gave great comfort to go, at 25 getting into a capital intensive job. It was pretty challenging.
Correct.
But then that positive energy was always passed on.
Wonderful.
So every time we go back, have a family dinner, right, everything comes down to, yes, we are here to construct, not to market. We are here to introduce good concepts, not to market conventionally like other guys.
Right.
So and eventually that really paid off. Clients picked up, and the project itself was big for us back then. But then now the second one, again we've been fortunate enough to pick up the double the size. It's about, first one was 12.5, now it's more than double, 28 acres project. And we've taken this up during the COVID.
Okay.
So in the transition period, we've seen a demonetization, we have seen GST,
Yes.
then we have seen a COVID.
COVID, yes.
And right through that period, we've announced this Raga.
Oh, great.
So again, I'd credit my dad. I mean, the idea was there in my mind, but then at that age, I always needed senior support. I couldn't discuss with anybody second, because there may be chances of replication or chances of underestimation. So my dad was always optimistic about my approach. So I said, maybe market after COVID will bounce back very big.
Correct.
So let's just take
And
this.
it did.
Let's not be conservative here. Let's just expand. And then during that process, I've requested him. I said, we've identified a good project. I think it is about time we have you on board officially, fully.
Wonderful.
Fully. And then Raga happened.
Okay.
Raga also was at the same high where we've ended the first project, and it has carried on from there.
All right.
Then our idea of building this cash cow, we call it a cash cow, where after the third, fourth project of backyards, we'd assume or we want the Hyderabad market to buy villas with backyards only.
Okay.
This is the idea.
All right.
So the first two projects, there are no premiums on the backyard. All the extra land is coming as a complementary thing.
Correct.
I think in future we will have a premium on the backyard with the kind
I'm
of
sure
demand.
I will be coming back to you to know about what future has in store, because
Yeah.
as a company which is growing so fast, I'm sure there is a lot that you would be holding on for future. Now when I hear your story and you telling that everybody from your family is being a support system.
Yes.
Now this is one thing which is again gives a lot of strength, and to all the audience who are watching, this gives as a a mark to everyone who's starting anew, that how much you require a family support. Now your father has been into services, and you pulled him to be with you. What role has he played in your journey in this construction line? How much pivotal, I'm sure he must have played a great role. How has it been for you, him being with you in this profile?
See, I think I would answer this in 2 or 3 phases. First thing, to get through my MBA was his suggestion.
Okay.
So after my engineering, I was very, behind getting into a job. It was his suggestion to get through a MBA, and then the MBA happened.
Okay.
And then soon after MBA, I had gotten a job again. Then it was his suggestion to get into business, because I was passionate about real estate. Definitely was very passionate. Anybody in Hyderabad, you say a 6th grade pass, would talk about Vastu and SFT rates in Hyderabad. That is how much it has grown the past decade.
Okay.
So, and it has a huge potential, another upside of 40-50% minimum in the next 5 years.
Okay.
So, it was his idea to again say, why don't you, since you are passionate about business and real estate, why don't you get into it? So then I thought it for a day, rejected my job. Immediately 2 days later, the company happened. Inception happened.
Great.
So I think in both the phases, he's been the initiative point. Though we had the idea behind, at the end point, we needed some kind of elder support. So and third phase is the sustenance of it. All through the while, like I was telling, capital intensive plus lot of competition around, and a lot of money, isn't it? As much as the investment, once it is successful, we get good returns. How to be financially disciplined? So there are a lot of companies which make money, but our company has ensured we got good credit history, good finance history, and good deliverables. That all has happened because of my dad being behind. Otherwise, it would have been, I wouldn't say any different, but the temptations would have been different.
Correct.
We being youngsters, first generation business, the importance of having financial discipline, now we are seeing the fruit today. For example, we are about third project getting into the fourth project. We've executed up about, in the first project is 5 lakh SFT. The second project immediately is 15 lakh SFT. And the immediate parallel third project was 28 lakh SFT. Now the one we are getting into is about 65 lakh SFT.
Oh wow, what a great jump.
Within a decade we are closing up to 1 crore of SFT of a built up area. So, and the financial institutes which are behind us are AU Bank, which has given us about 95 crores of construction finance. Parallelly, for the second project, I think Aditya Birla Housing has come up with a 175 crore housing finance. And then SBI now are wanting to come and give a 200 crore finance. This is all because of the background of financial stability and discipline we have. Plus my dad's presence, he's been into income tax, and the trust factor is what we've gotten. I mean, if you ask me today what is there as a special thing to you, 1 or 2 things in your company. One thing is the understanding of real estate now. The second one would be the execution part. We know where to crack it, how to crack it. The finishing touch is there. Thirdly is the trust factor in terms of my family's grounded approach, plus my dad's intervention, where that's a blind trust factor. People know that there is going to be nothing wrong with this brand. So this family is now growing along with the market. So I think
sounds really great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we do see that how your father has played such a great role.
Yeah.
Of course, he's been a guiding light for you also. So, Mr. Radhey, now that you've been, having a lot of success, you started so early. I am sure that there has been a great support from the people around you. Could be your family. We would like to know who all has been your support system till now.
Yes, my family has been very at the backbone of the whole operations here. Especially my dad has been an inspiration, will be an inspiration moving ahead because of his simplistic approach and from the background he has come till today. I think it's a fantastic journey. I think you've already known a bit about him and you'll keep knowing him because he's in a political platform now. My mom has been a great support in pushing me. There was no day of insecurity saying what's happening. My sister, of course, she's co-director, Rajivi. She right from Sancia Homes. The name itself is coined by her.
Yeah.
So she has been a very good, support, and she keeps taking care of the admin and other activities, especially the background and the brand elevation or the brand, the way it looks today is because of her. And then my wife, I got married in 2020. She's a doctor. So her name is Esther Priyanka. I think she has an eye for interiors. She has an eye for business, again CRM and marketing especially. She's been contributing well. She gives brilliant ideas, maybe 2-3 minute clicks, but I somehow manage to put them on paper. They really work out sometimes. So I think as a group they've been very good support. And now my daughter, she's about 3 years old. She once she is impressed, somehow it is maybe our perception or eye, but once she is impressed about something, it really works out. Especially the new project. She saw the building and she said, wow. Actually that expression, I don't know, 3-year-old, maybe a toy kind of feel, but she liked it.
Wow.
I'm sure it's going to be a successful one.
So good to hear that. And like we always hear that after every successful man, there is a woman. But in your story, I do see there is a league of women, your mother, your sister, your wife, and now your cute little daughter is also a support system for you.
Right.
And this is so very good to hear that how much a family has been a support for you to be reaching to this level. Right. Such a great thing to know.
Right. Yes, definitely. I'm very fortunate to have this, my family as this big support, because without them, I mean, this concentration focus wouldn't have been possible. I also credit my family in other way. Being first generation business, I put in a lot of time into it. We hardly take time out for family, we hardly take time out for vacations, because we are building a brand, we are building a system behind. I think now at all, I think about the last 1 year we started getting free time, but during COVID and during these tough times, I think they also they thought, okay, having time with him is within the business, so they started working along very actively. I really feel fortunate to have them around.
Such a great thing to know, and so inspiring for all the audience that we all need to have that support system. That's why we reach to places. And here when we see Mr. Radhey, he has a great support system, and that's why he's here. Now when we are like, I do see that you're into this luxury apartments, luxury major projects that you have. How are you different from the other projects? Because there are a lot of other construction companies who are also doing such luxury projects. But what is that one thing that puts you in a different category? Why people should come to Radhey Constructions?
See, I mean, again, it has bit of a background to it. So because we have good analysis and we have good teams executing, we've always gotten into new locations. We've never at an efficient price. And then we've taken advantage of the first mover, created a market there, and then the rest of them built around. The bigs are there. For example, Sancia Homes today. I think when we've gotten, in the beginning days, I used to walk down 4 to 4.5 kilometers because there was no road to the project. But then we've managed to work with the government and the local panchayats there to get the roads done properly via our intervention. And then now abutting to our project, there is one brand called Aparna, which is a very established company. It has about 95 acres of projects today. I mean, our project was delivered in 2019, 2020, early 2020. Today, now they have come up with a 95-acre project. Now there are about 7 to 8 projects surrounding which have been successfully executed around, basis on our project. So sentimentally, we are going back to the same location with a new one. So similarly for apartments also, the zone we've launched, we've come up with an USP called Kid Venture Homes.
Okay.
So I think everybody has stilt plus, generally stilt left for parking, or a G plus 20-25 floors.
Right.
So what we've done is we've removed the first ground and first floors.
Okay.
Gave opportunity for amenities again.
Okay.
For kids, especially from aging 1 years to 15 years.
Okay.
We have about 7 blocks. So we've chosen art as our major art and sport, 2 major points to really accommodate kids.
Okay.
So every block has an art specialization. Say one of it in the ground and first floor will be dedicated to martial arts and other sports related. They will have a dedicated facility below. The other one will have music and dance together, the classic music or the contemporary music with the dance, with proper acoustics done as a studio. Okay. The third one again is planned behind some kind of painting art.
Okay.
And other related art forms. So likewise, we have 7 concepts or 7 blocks. Then again, the second issue in Hyderabad majorly is the banquet hall and clubhouse cluttering.
Okay.
There is too much cluttering into the little clubhouse the market has been giving. We've given a big clubhouse, but then for small time gatherings, small parties, we started giving amenities below the block in the same zone.
Okay.
So you go to the clubhouse for your supermarkets, for your saloons, for a very big banquet hall provision or sport. Rest of them are there below your block.
Wow.
So likewise we've addressed. So this is the first time again. There are a couple of brands which have tried this. They've only addressed one set of age group. So we are addressing every age group. We've included co-working spaces. We've included kids play areas into it, and it's come out really well. So
it's everything under one roof, literally. That
it's an execution now. It's an execution now, and it's been widely accepted because our sale point now, the construction is about 25 to 30% complete. We have sold about 70% of our inventory.
Oh, that's really nice.
So again, that was a new location for high rise when we started. Okay. We entered there, made the market know that it is a good option for apartments, because there is something called an outer ring road in Hyderabad, which is pretty successful model where we can reach out to any nook and corner of the city through that. Okay. So about 15 kilometers ahead, there is a zone called Neopolis Kokapet, which is the A grade market or the best selling market, very high, close to IT zones. So we wrote on the brochure openly saying 15 kilometers of travel on outer ring road takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and then with the today's EVs, so how much can you afford? Because Kokapet is selling about 12,000 rupees per SFT. Here we are selling at 6,500 rupees per SFT. How much of a compromise can you do? Even if you say petrol diesel is about 5 lakh rupees your lifetime really on petrol diesel, 5 to 10 lakh maximum. But this 15-minute travel will save you about 4,000 to 5,000 rupees per SFT. On 2,000 SFT flat, we will be saving 1 crore of rupees. So I kept suggesting my clients, why don't you buy, invest, travel a little bit, invest into our project. Might as well have some money kitty for interiors. Might as well buy a farm plot for you, which is in the new era of COVID, post-COVID days. Yes. Having a farm plot has become very important. Yes. Still have some budget left out for you. So this is how we've been attracting the first-time buyers. Yes. Smart buyers, I would say. I call my buyers very smart because they see this potential. Yes. And there is good upside again. Now there are about 10-11 projects coming surrounding us, all apartments, basis on our proposal. Wonderful. So this is how we've been approaching our business, getting into new locations, making the locations again. Wow. So now if you ask me, I think these parallel models are followed by the Prestiges, the Lodhas. These guys are the ones who make the smart cities. Correct. So we're doing it in a small scale, maybe in future we would want to do it big. And
Yes, yes.
also I think the market will be in a position where once Radhe gets in the second, third cycle, the location is going to boom up. That's the kind of
Indeed.
research we're doing.
That's really great.
Yeah.
So much that you're already doing here.
Yeah.
Now, you're into such a line where it is very, in fact, for any business, to ensure that you're giving a good quality and also to gain faith. It's very important because people are coming to you, they're going to invest huge amount of money. How do you manage to gain that faith? Like, and what kind of quality? Because you must be assuring that it's a good quality that you're putting through. What all that you do to do that?
Yes, I think see, the first project was entirely executed by us from the scratch. That's when we got to know where the others are missing out on quality. So now identifying the gap is one part, and then addressing is a second challenge. So now we've identified good professional consultancies into the market, PMCs in the market, where one team doing it and as a sole front will never get to the quality point.
Right.
Per se, one of our projects, which is the apartments one, has about four scale quality checks.
Okay.
There is a contractor team working. There is a Radhe engineering team working on it, internal team. Then again there is a quality PMC and another PMC for execution, which is deployed. Then on top of all these 3-4 teams, we have Radhe's head office team assessing on a day-to-day basis. So if we have this 3 to 4 layer jobs, first thing, we will have exposure to the good practices in the market. B, we will know how efficiently we can get them onto the site. And then C, we have control over activities. So this is how we've been taking control of the quality aspects. More so because we are confident, because we know we have first-hand information of where things go wrong. I wouldn't say we know how to get quality done. I would say we know where things can go wrong, and we are giving special attention there. And in our Raga villas also, that will put us on the map as a professional or one of the established brands, because we've invested a lot. We've not left one stone unturned, which opens up for some kind of construction issue. Maybe it may be waterproofing, it may be wall cracks, it may be anything. We've addressed everything professionally. I think that will be a big example for villas in the market as to how well it can be executed, how error-free construction output can be once approached in a professional manner. Credit to COVID, it has given us a lot of time during the 2021 period, where we've done a state-of-art, establishment, even for the employees our employees, engineers also to access, so that they can give that kind of output. Our Raga site can be an example or a factory visit to any upcoming students who can nicely see the processes. Conventionally, what goes into a construction project. Anybody with a small eagle eye can get what we are trying to do. So I think Raga will be a standout project for us. I mean, for me, I shouldn't be saying this. I envy doing the same kind of processes again and again. Hopefully, I'll get the kind of teams also.
Correct.
Yeah.
So now Sancia is your project which has done so very well. We look forward to having Raga. You're working so hard to get the best as a project for people around. Now, what is the future holds for Radhe Constructions? We also know that your father is into politics and that you're into the construction company. Now, there are two different things that you're already been doing. We would like to know the future of your Radhe Constructions. Does politics has to do something with it? Are you trying to inculcate it? Where are you taking your company ahead for future?
I think, see, Radhe, we've gotten in very early, we've gotten in saying we will start building satellite townships in future. We will be doing large establishments where the community itself will be self-sustaining, mainly to declutter the center of the city, where we can pick up a nice big pocket, have commercials and everything within, hospital, schools within, and give good employment around. This gives good sustainability. Also follow few eco-friendly practices so that the future stays bright. When it comes to politics, yes, it was a bright opportunity for us. At this age, I think for me personally, was a real estate only I thought was a big opening for my this thing in terms of business. Politics gave a entirely different understanding towards society, towards people. The groundedness, if at all anything, has become more, better, I think, because we have direct touch of the people.
Around, yes.
So we know, I mean, it is also a parallel responsibility to deliver, I think. So moving ahead, I think the existing projects we have more responsibility to deliver. I've had consistent questions on or doubts which do not come to our ears directly, but I can understand our investors, customers, people around have seen stories of builders consistently diverting their funds or for the sake of getting into a bigger picture. But I have a statement or I have a story to say, we've never had an idea of getting into politics. This has come, and my dad had plans but were not this soon. So we were ready to get it done independently, irrespective of the company finances, operations. I would proudly say we've managed to get a good seat from our dear CM Garu, and then managed to crack it also as expected. So this has nothing to do with our regular operations in Radhey. I think if at all anything, there are new doors opened up. There are new finance options, better trust, and better access to government. See, it's end of the day how well we connect to the government and be channelized with them to utilize their policies and get them on ground. This is what business is, and then offering a product is. So I think it is pretty bright. Together with a political scenario, I think Radhey has bigger things to do. I think we are taking good enough time. We are not hurrying up. We are slowly wanting to do some government projects, some satellite townships. Given the opportunity, now we are a family concern. We know how much we can digest. So if at all anything, I think we know the boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very rightly said, that you know your boundaries and how to manage both the worlds. Then you've already been doing, although politics is one thing which has given you more confidence, I'm sure. Right?
Yes.
So now we know that there is one question which is again very, very important for all the audience, for all the young entrepreneurs who are watching, and they're watching a very young entrepreneur who's made such achievement in the industry that you're already in. Now we would like to know, or we would like you to give that advice which you did for yourself and it worked, and you would want the people to know, all the young entrepreneurs, that what is that advice and what is that one thing they should do to be like you, or to be good in this industry.
See, I think it is one thing across sectors is to innovate innovate and be up to the trends of international standard and know what our domestic market requires. Often we are mistaking the location, real estate with location, price, vastu. There is a separate element of innovation. We'd want to explore, to be with the market, some kind of innovations where people are having that curiosity element, people will have that interest. Especially Hyderabad, I think, is very inviting to new guys. Being such competitive market, imagine you come with a good concept. There is excellent absorption, irrespective of who the management is, how is. I think people, once they they will carry the management along. It's not entirely the management. So Hyderabad is a fantastic opportunity if they have to look into real estate and start by themselves now. Only a disclaimer would be it is capital intensive and discipline is very important. I think people keep telling it is a tough field. What is tough here is 365 days, 24 hours you will have to be on the job. Irrespective of what it is, and then rest will carry on. We should not leave a single day where our concentration or focus moves.
Correct.
And then everything else, and build a good system around.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what it is. If you are very disciplined, financially aware of what you can do, I think real estate is a excellent field which gives, I think it is the top 3 sectors which is giving good returns to people around.
Right.
Yeah.
So very wonderfully you've told the entire journey.
Yeah.
There's so much that we've got to know about Radhey Constructions today. So many projects are lined up, We also saw that in your journey, how your family has been a support system, and what a great message that you have given to the audience, that discipline is one thing. If you are focused on something, you will certainly get the success. Thank you so very much, Mr. Radhey, for having you here and hearing your story. So we say goodbye to you today and goodbye to the audience. I'm sure that you've got the message right very clear. If you think that you too have a story to inspire, what are you waiting for? Do let us know on the number or the email given here. Till then, we would be saying that stay focused and stay happy and stay blessed.
Thank you.
See ya.